This is Ryan Elliott for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. Today we're joined by Mundo, Callum Smith here in Liverpool. Callum, last time I saw you was in your dressing room after your fight. How you been?
Yeah, been good. Nice week off, relaxing, chilling, and then obviously looking forward to Liam's fight this weekend.
We'll start there then. That's why you're down here. We've just had the open workout. Liam Smith against Anthony Fowler this weekend. Just seen Liam doing a little shake out there, nothing too major. How is he though?
Yeah, he's really good. He had a really good camp. The training's gone pretty well, and this week's just about tapering down, relaxing, preserving your energy, and then obviously gearing up for fight night. But now he's in a good place, both physically and mentally, and it's a fight he's really up for.
When this fight was first being talked about, I don't want to say Liam was dismissive of it at all, but he was surprised that Anthony Fowler was being mentioned in the same breath as him almost. Do you think he's going out with a point to prove on Saturday that there's levels?
Yeah, definitely. I think if you look at the career, Fowler still yet to win a British title. He stepped up once against Fitzgerald and lost. So for Liam, who's been a world champion and been competing at a higher level, to be associated with Fowler was a bit, well, what does Liam get out of it? But I think the fact that they're both from Liverpool, there's a little bit more at stake than just whatever titles on the line. So the minute it was offered to him, the minute it was made, Liam jumped at the fight, and like I said, it's a fight he's really up for, and a fight I feel he's got a point to prove. But no, I don't think he was dismissive of Fowler. I just thought, Fowler was from London or something, and I don't think this fight would make sense because I don't think Liam gains anything from beating him. But I think the fact that they're both local add that little bit more to it.
We're expecting Anthony Fowler to come and make a fast start. Liam's got so much championship experience, so he's done the hard rounds several times over. How important will that be going down the stretch in this fight? Yeah,
possibly it could be a massive factor. Anthony's never done a 12 before, and as a fighter myself, I know it's okay doing him in the gym, but on fight night it's a little bit tougher, and they're getting into round 7, 8, 9 and 10, and you've got someone hitting your back and you've never been there before. It's mentally tough as well as physically, so there'll be a lot of questions asked of Anthony down the stretch, but look, it's a good fight. Style should gel pretty well, but it's a fight, as a team, as a family, we're massively confident in Liam.
If Liam wins on Saturday night, you mentioned there, if Anthony Fowler was from London, this fight probably wouldn't happen. With that said, if he does win, does the next fight have to be a world-level fight?
Yeah, I think just back up to where he was and where he was aiming for. I think like every fighter, he wants to be a world champion. He's been there before, he knows what it's like, and that's where he wants to be again. So I think, come through this weekend, he'll be looking at fights that progress him towards where he wants to be. And he's got a good team around him that can put the right opponent in front of him. But this fight excites him. It's a local derby, and the atmosphere should be pretty good. So we're expecting a big performance.
Callum, just to go back to you, the last time I saw you was after that stunning stoppage victory at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on that Joshua Usyk bill. I'm sure you've had a chance to look back and reflect. You must be happy with your night's work.
Yeah, I was, to be honest with you. I was just more at, the goal was to get back to winning ways, but to win in the fashion that I did, got people speaking about me a little bit more and talking about me, and that's what, as a fighter, that's what you want, and it just puts me in a better position moving forward. And I said the win that weekend puts me one step closer to where I want to be, and it's no secret I want to be a world champion again, and I feel I'm good enough to do it, and that fight and that performance puts me a little bit closer to it. So yeah, it was a successful weekend, a good first fight under Buddy, good first fight at the new weight division, and good first fight on the second part of my career after the loss.
We now know that Lennon Castillo's okay, but it was a terrifying knockout. I'm sure it felt a pretty lonely place in that ring for a few minutes there. What was going through your head when you saw it all unfolding?
Yeah, you just hope for the best. Obviously, every now and again you do get a bad injury in boxing. You just hope you don't see that, and you're not a part of it. And it felt like I was in the ring for about an hour, to be honest with you, even though it was probably 5-10 minutes or so. But yeah, as a fighter, you want to win by any means necessary, but you never want cause any damage or any long-lasting damage. So it was a scary time being in there. It's a sport at the end of the day. It always has been for me. It's never been anything more or anything personal. So I was just glad that he was okay later that night. He messaged me himself on Instagram the next day, said everything was fine, and thanks for the opportunity. So I'm glad he's okay, and I'll say it is a sport at the end of the day.
This is Operation Two-Weight World Champion for you. With all the belt holders out there right now, does the Bivol fight make the most sense?
Possibly, because he's with Matchroom, it's probably the easiest to make. But as I've seen, down at 168, the easiest one to make isn't always the one that you get. I think I won every WBC belt possible and still never fought for the main one. I ended up winning the WBA one. So I'm not going to chase one champion. I'm going to let my team do the work. And whoever I face, I believe I'm good enough to become a world champion in this division. There's 3 very good fighters with belts, but given the opportunity, I believe I can beat each one of them. So no, I'm not going to sit and put all my eggs in one basket. But yeah, the Bivol fight probably is the easiest to make, and hopefully it can be made. He's a good fighter, but a fight I believe I beat.
We've spoken about the influence of Buddy McGirt. You've had that camp under him now and got that win under the belt, looking good style as well. People often talk about Buddy as one of the last remaining teachers. How much has he taught you already?
Yeah, I think that gets through about a little bit too much in boxing, but I think he definitely is. Every day it's a work on improving. He's not one of these who just beasts it in the gym, so at the end of it he said, "That was a tough session, thanks for that." Some of his sessions are just a lot of technique, a lot of getting the basics correct and stuff, and I do believe he improved me over the last camp. We didn't really get a chance to see much of it because the fight was short, but I'm looking forward to getting back in camp with him and building on the last one and just improving me as a fighter. I believe I was already a decent fighter to achieve what I have, but I do believe he can make me a better fighter, and I'll be excited to see what that better version of me can go on and achieve.
What kind of things has he been emphasising to you in the gym? Has he been working on using your size and your range a lot?
Yeah, just getting, establishing your jab a lot better. It's the first punch you throw, and it's probably the most important one. And it's just getting that a little bit better. Me positioning in the ring, me feet positioning, just little small minor adjustments, but the minor things that make the big differences on the night. And I do believe, like I said, I've improved as a fighter over the last camp, and I'm looking forward to another one and improving again.
Just a couple more before I let you go, Callum. Obviously on the same bill as you, we saw Anthony Joshua lose his unified heavyweight titles to Alexander Usyk. Did you manage to watch the fight?
Yeah, I managed to get out and watch it, and as an event it was unbelievable. I think Joshua's ring walk was one of the best ring walks I've ever seen, the old Rocky tune and stuff like that. But in terms of the fight, I just think you can look at it both ways. I think a lot of people are focusing on Anthony Joshua's performance rather than just crediting Usyk for his performance. He was very good on the night. He's done exactly what he said he was going to do and what he needed to do. He made it a boxing match, and I don't think many people beat Usyk in a boxing match. I think he showed that down at cruiserweight. In terms of skill, it'll take a special fighter to beat him. But then in terms of Joshua, it's easy to sit from the outside and say, we should have done this, he should have used the size. It's different in there, but I do think in the rematch we could see a better Joshua. But I believe you could see a better Usyk as well. I think he'll have a little bit more belief at what he's capable of. And Joshua obviously feels he can improve. So I think the rematch will be a better fight. But yeah, it was a good event, a good fight. But I think you've got to give props to Usyk.
Last one from me. The same night as your brother Liam in Las Vegas this weekend. Tyson Fury's back in action against Deontay Wilder once again. How do you see the trilogy playing out?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting one. I think every fight will be with Deontay Wilder. I think when you've got that type of power, and I think the first fight showed he can finish a fight at any moment. He's shown that throughout his career, but the second fight was so one-sided for Fury. It's hard to look past that and see how Deontay Wilder comes back from that. And I think as long as Wilder still has the respect, Fury still has the respect for Wilder's power and knows he can hurt him at any time in the fight, stay switched on, I think we'll see a repeat of the second fight.
Callum Smith, thank you as always. Speaking of boxing and social, we'll catch you soon.